There are some stories that don't begin with love. Some stories begin with ego, with pride, with careless words spoken in dimly lit places among people who laugh too easily at things that should never be laughed about. This is one of those stories. Jason Wells had always been the type of man others gravitated toward. Confident, charismatic, the kind of man who walked into a room and made it feel like something was happening just because he was in it. He grew up being praised for everything he did. His smile, his charm, his talent, even his mistakes. That kind of attention does something to a person. It makes them believe they can never truly be wrong. And Jason believed that wholeheartedly. On Friday nights, he met his friends at a bar just outside the city. A familiar place with low lights, loud music, and the kind of booths that made secrets easy to whisper. That night, Jason sat with Chris Daniels, a friend who had never quite grown out of the teenage hunger for amusement, even if it came at someone else's expense. Chris leaned back in his seat, drink in hand, eyes scanning the room lazily. And then he saw her. Emily Carter. Emily didn't stand out the way most people think of standing out. She didn't wear sequins or bright lipstick or move with loud laughter. She was quiet, the kind of quiet that feels safe. She sat alone in a corner of the bar with a book balanced in her hands, completely absorbed in the world inside its pages. She wasn't checking her phone, or glancing around nervously, or waiting for attention. She simply was. Chris smirked, elbowing Jason. "Bet you couldn't even get her to look at you," he said. Jason scoffed, rolling his shoulders back. "Please. I could have her wrapped around my finger in a week." Chris laughed, shaking his head. "No, not just date her. I mean actually get her to fall for you. The quiet ones are the hardest. They don't need anybody." Jason lifted his chin, pride igniting like a match. "Fine. I'll do it." But Chris wasn't done. "Actually," he said, swirling his drink, "marry her." Jason laughed, but only for a second. The thought embarrassed him, challenged him. And Jason didn't walk away from challenges. "You're on." And just like that, a bet sealed the fate of two people who never should have crossed paths that way. The next morning, Jason walked into the small community library where Emily worked. She was shelving books, her hair pulled back loosely, soft strands falling around her face. He approached her with the confidence of someone who was used to getting exactly what he wanted. "Hi," he said. Emily looked up, startled for only a moment before offering a warm, genuinely warm, smile. "Hi. Can I help you find something?" Jason wasn't prepared for the softness of her voice. Not timid. Just gentle. "Actually," he said, "I was hoping you could recommend something." She perked up, just slightly, in that way people do when someone asks them about something they love. "What kinds of stories do you like?" she asked. Jason opened his mouth, and realized for the first time that he didn't actually read. But instead of laughing at him, or judging him, or shrugging him off, Emily simply said, "That's okay. We can find something together." And she meant it. Jason didn't understand how someone could be like that. So open, so kind, so unguarded. And for the first time in a long time, the charm he used wasn't an act. Jason kept coming back. At first for the bet, then for the way Emily made him feel. They went on walks, talked about life, about childhood, about fears. No pretense, no perfection, just reality. Emily never tried to impress him. She didn't play hard to get. She didn't try to win him. She simply treated him with humanity. And that was something Jason didn't realize he had been missing. But the truth has a way of waiting for the right moment to break everything. Chapter 5. The Proposal. Jason proposed 6 months later. Emily cried. Not dramatic tears, soft ones. The kind that come from believing you finally found something safe. They married in a small ceremony behind her sister's house. String lights, handwritten vows. Emily in a simple white dress. Jason in a light gray suit. He looked at her like he meant every word. And at that moment he did. Because somewhere along the way, the lie had stopped feeling like a lie. And the love had become real. But secrets don't disappear. One evening, Emily's sister, Sarah, borrowed Emily's laptop to send an email. a message notification popped up. It was from Chris, laughing, reminding Jason of the bet, joking about how the quiet girl really fell for it. Sarah froze. Her heart dropped into something cold. She didn't confront Jason. She went to Emily. Emily didn't scream. She didn't throw things. She didn't accuse. She just sat there, silent. And when she finally looked up, her voice broke in the smallest way. Was any of it real? Jason felt something inside him shatter. Emily, But there are some things no apology can touch. She packed her things. Jason didn't chase her, because for the first time in his life, he realized he wasn't entitled to being forgiven. Jason didn't go back to his old life. He didn't return to Chris. He stopped going to bars. He didn't date, didn't distract, didn't hide. He did the hardest thing a person like him could do. He faced himself. He went to therapy, learned how to speak honestly, how to sit with shame instead of running from it. He volunteered at the same library, not to win Emily back, but because he wanted to be worthy of the man she believed he could be. And slowly, he became him. Chapter 8. The Unexpected Reunion. A year later, on a quiet autumn afternoon, Jason saw her. Emily, sitting alone on a park bench, reading. Just like the first time. Her hair was longer now. Her posture stronger. He approached slowly, respectfully. She looked up. Their eyes met. Jason sat beside her, not too close. Not assuming. I don't want to ruin your peace, he said. Emily closed her book gently. You're not. Silence. But not painful. Just real. Jason took a slow breath. I'm not here to ask you for anything, he said. I just wanted to thank you. Because you didn't break me when you left. You woke me up. Emily's eyes softened, not with longing, but understanding. People can change, she said quietly. Yes, Jason whispered. But only if they lose what they never should have taken for granted. Emily smiled, softly, the same way she always had. It wasn't a reunion. It wasn't forgiveness. Not yet. It was a beginning. A real one this time. Some love stories don't start with honesty. But the love that is rebuilt on truth lasts longer than the love built on illusion. Because love is not about perfect beginnings. It's about who we choose to become.